Hello and welcome to Career Talk. I'm Lee Hopwood, CEO at the CCMA and host of this very live show where I chat with contact centre professionals to find out about their career journeys so far. And why on earth do I take time out of the week to do this? Well, apart from chatting to some brilliant people, I do it to inspire another generation of contact centre leaders and to inspire leaders and anybody that's working in the contact centre or who are thinking about coming into the industry, because, oh my goodness, the variety, the fun, the potential for a career in this space is massive. And joining me today is Tobias. I've said your name wrong again. Tobias Homolka, I think I got it right that time. You are Head of Audit and Customer Care at Lidl GB. And Tobias, you have been at Lidl for 15 years. And you were also behind Lidl's win at the European Contact Centre and Customer Service Awards in 2023, where you won gold for Contact Centre of the Year. So welcome, Tobias.
Thank you, Lee, and great for the opportunity to talk about great things, what my team is doing, and also myself and my role currently.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what? I have to start there. It's been quite a year for Lidl. What was it like winning it in the Europeans in November?
Well, the reward is still here, and I think we will never forget that moment. It's like when others like winning like the European Championship or the World Championship in football. It's like for us like winning the ECCSA award. It's like you cannot ask for more. Let's say like this. But last year for Lidl, or especially like for the customer care team, we also won like another award, which is here from the Institute of Customer Service, where we're gonna also like here got awarded as the change maker, making a lot of changes like over the last 2 years. And but 100% the winning the access was like the biggest success so far. And it's also for us quite difficult to understand what's coming next, because we achieved like the top level. I think I can remember like I already asked you about what's next, Lee, at the awards night, and you said, well, that's it, you won everything. Okay, thank you. But even as you know, I'm quite new also to this to the customer care / contact center sector. My background is a completely different one, but we're also going to talk about that.
And do you know what? The hardest piece now, I think, just lost you momentarily there. But I think, Tobias, the hardest thing now is to stay on top and continue to innovate and change and keep up with what customers are looking for. So it'll be interesting to see whether you're back entering that award or maybe pan-European, given that Lidl is all across Europe. It'll be interesting to see where you go. But you win also in the auditing awards as well last year?
Yes, let's say like over the last 18 months, we won like 3 awards. So we also won the Chartered Institute of Internal Audit Award for outstanding team performance, which is like again the biggest what you can ask for like in this sector, which is quite a niche sector, internal audit. Of course, in comparison like what this contact center industry sector is giving like out there in terms of like recognition awards is like a complete different level. But winning the Chartered Institute of Internal Audit Award is like the highest what we can ask in internal audit. In both teams, like internal audit and customer care, we worked really hard over the last 4 years to transform like both departments, and in a way quite similar, to get like more out of it and add more value within our business, within Lidl GB. And both of them have in a way quite similar like challenges, because yes, in an internal audit side, you see it more like you have like your audit client, and I really call them client also / like customer, because a customer is like also like from the audit perspective. We are conducting like as internal auditors, we conduct like an audit, but there's also like we're part of the team Lidl. We're part of like the team where we support the business and help like this key stakeholder, this responsible colleague, like in this area, like in a store, like in a warehouse, or like in a head office department, to really get these insights and get like assurance about risk, governance, and controls to make like for them like a difference. And the same is for customer care as well. You're dealing more like with external customers, but also have there like the internal customers as well, where you really use like the data, the fundamental data, what you get out of your contact center environment, and pass it to the right stakeholders that they can make like the decision to push like the further growth of Lidl GB.
You know, that combination of audit and customer care is something that I've been quite intrigued about since we met last year. And I am going to ask you more about that. But I have to ask you, with those wins under your belt in 2023, how has that supported the contact centre? How are you using that in the UK to make a difference?
Definitely, and you also like know Little is like the whole Schwarz Group is the biggest retailer in Europe, the fourth biggest in the world. So there's a lot of 100,000 of colleagues working together to bring like the Schwarz Group better and better every day. We also work like with like our phrase like who stops getting better stops being good, and this is like the head where we are like working really hard like over the last 4 years and getting now with this awards more like the recognition external, but also like starting like conversations with colleagues, like even within the business, like in GB across like all other countries, and Little is in 32 other countries as well, including GB, and using I really like this momentum to speak about great things, what we're actually achieving, what we do for our customers, and like other colleagues like reaching out to us. We have never spoken before, like from sales and other. We have more than 32,000 colleagues here in GB, and they're reaching out to us, to myself, to the colleagues, to the team, and asking, okay, what have you actually done here? Why did you what have you done to achieve these European Contact Center Award? And if you start explaining like the journey where you're coming from and where you are now and where you want to be, it's just like insane. They're just blown away in a way, and we're still blown away. We still can like, it's really difficult for us actually like to understand what we have achieved within such short period of time, but then also bring like this motivation, like the in a way like this thought process also into other business areas. It's actually like you can be like you have to put a lot of passion in, absolutely a lot of commitment to get this there, and a lot of strive. Without like being really fully committed to your role, there's no way to win like any of those awards, because everyone is doing something, and there's like and there are a lot of business out there, they're really strong, but you need to be always on top of them. And it's in this case also quite difficult sometimes to understand where do we actually sit, because we just do in a way our daily job. We have like a vision, mission where we want to be, but on the other side, what does it actually require to be on top, to be market leading or Europe leading now with this award? This is like thing which is actually really difficult to judge as well and to assess. And and therefore I myself, the team, we are more than proud, and of course like also like the business from CEO, CFO, and other like stakeholders to really understand like, yes, we are leading here the market in what we have done so far and like what's coming next.
And I know that later in the year you're going to be hosting a site visit with the European Awards Programme, and so there will be an opportunity to find out a little bit more. But I want to get back to you and really understand where your career has been. So let's go back to the very, very beginning. Now, I believe you got a degree in business economics in Stuttgart.
Yes.
What was it that, as you were going through school and you thought, actually, what do I want to do at university? What were you looking for at that stage in your life? Did you have a career mapped out? Did you know exactly the direction you wanted to go in?
No, after school I started business economics because I'm always like interested in how business are working, like even from a KPI perspective, what figures are there around, what processes, and that's why I went on this path. This is like it's a joint program together with a company as well at the same time. So this was like VPH in Germany, like the biggest wholesaler for furniture and hardware door fittings. So I did this there in conjunction, and and that wasn't mainly. So I was already part of like this retail sector. Have I mapped like a career out? No. Like if you're born, if you raise up like in South Germany, your dream is always working for one of the big automotive like companies there. Like there are quite a few, and really nice cars as well which we produce. So this was at some point when I started like with like university what I really wanted to do. But then like after university I worked then 1.5 years as a business controller for VBH, and then I wanted to see more. I wanted to go like my next career level, and then like 2009 in February I joined in Lidl.
So before we go into Lidl, what is a business controller? What was that role actually at VBH?
Yeah, you're like responsible to give like insights and transparency in like all different KPIs. You're responsible for the reporting. You look at the cost side. You like the budget planning. yeah, you give like the CEO, the CFO like clear understanding like about like set targets about turnover, your profit, your levels here, and then give like clear insights where things maybe are not right as planned, and give them like the guidance or like the recommendations what they need to change in terms of like business units, processes to actually like achieve their KPIs.
So even really early on in your career, you were already getting under the bonnet of how a business works, but more importantly, what the impact of do this and it delivers that. You were already getting under that, albeit it wasn't in contact centres or at Lidl, but you were already getting into that. And was that level of detail and insights and being able to show how to make a difference, was that something that interested you even back then?
Absolutely, because there's like you as a controller get like insights from into the business from a KPI, from a figure perspective, and this was always like for me interesting to understand. Okay, how are things linked together? And even like in my current role nowadays, yeah, we measure success with a lot of KPIs, but the figures there they don't lie. The figures are telling us the truth. The figures are helping us in the direction, in the growth of the business, in going like the right path. And that was definitely something what I learned there, like as a young professional at those days, like from the start.
So did you ever at that stage think that actually, yes, the contact center we know has lots of metrics. Did you ever imagine that you would get this close to customers?
Nope, absolutely not. But I think every business has, of course, every business has like any interaction with their customers in different sectors. It was the same with VBH, but it's more like the wholesaler, so like the manufacturer for windows, for the furniture, etc. But not like from like it was B2B business and not B2C.
Interesting. So then about 15 years ago, you left VBH and you joined Lidl. Tell us about where did you start? What was that first job at Lidl?
So my first job, because yes, after uni I worked like as I said 1.5 years as a business controller and wanted to like use these skills like in the experience to go like to change like the company. That's why I then started in February 2009 working for Schwarz e-commerce. Was at the time the little online shop, the startup company for little online shop. So in Germany and a lot of other countries nowadays, we sell like our middle aisle products, our non-food products, also online. And this was like the start of this success story when it comes like to little online shops. And I was there like with just a few other colleagues. Nowadays there are a lot. At the time I was really as a startup environment and learned there also like many things. And it was a great opportunity for me for being like, yes, have a little bit like an understanding and an experience being like a controller, but then you got thrown like in a deep end and have to start anyway from scratch, building like reporting systems, KPIs, and give like this insights at this early stage of this like online business, like to the key stakeholders.
So I guess during that time, you were getting a much better understanding about the Lidl customer. Although you weren't in the contact center and you were looking at it from a very different perspective, you were getting an understanding around the customer. Talk us through some of those career points that led you to join, to come over to the UK. Because of course at that time you were in Germany still.
Well, 2009, yes, I started 2011. After 2 years then being like a business controller there for the little online shop, I wanted to see more of the little world. And this was the days when digitalization was maybe just at the start. So when the business was like advertising job opportunities, you get like a letter posted to your letterbox at home. And I opened it and it says like job vacancy for being like an internal auditor. And I said, well, it sounds quite interesting, and says like a lot of like travel commitment. Lidl at that time had more than 24 countries, if I can remember correctly. I said nowadays it's 32, but 24 countries at that time. And yes, I thought, well, I'm still young. I want to see more of this amazing world of Lidl, and joined an internal audit in 2011, and conducted like audits across all the countries. Was staying a lot of like nice cities. In a way, from an audit perspective, everyone would say, "Oh, what is about you enjoyed all this life and chat setting?" Well, it's hard work, yes, as well. You fly to a country on a Monday, you conduct your internal audit, and then you fly back on a Friday. So there's not that much time for sightseeing, explore the country. However, you see like little from a complete different perspective as well, different cultures, different countries, and yeah, and seeing also more like how the business is growing like on so many countries, also like with the same processes to get a really good understanding as well how the business operates together. And this is coming from this KPI side or reporting side into like this internal audit role was really beneficial for me, understanding like the process, how everything is just then also linked together, and not just looking at the KPIs, the numbers, also now really get an understanding what is logistics doing, what is supply chain doing, what is sales doing, what are all like these other supportive departments are doing within Little when it comes like to administration, when it comes like then to the buying side, etc. So that was a really big privilege for me that I had this chance, and like yeah, I'm very proud that I had these amazing opportunities to see Little then yeah over 8 years from an internal audit perspective.
So how many languages do you speak? Did that job mean that you had to speak several different languages, or was it okay?
It was okay because at that time was a little I was heavily English. Yeah, you could communicate, or also like because like Little is like a German discount retailer. Everything starts in Germany. Yeah, and a lot of like language. There's like less language barrier because a lot of like colleagues in the countries like board level and even like the head of department director level. A lot of them at those days they spoke pretty good English, pretty good German as well. So yeah, the communication
So it was
not
all right.
was
Just
it was
German
all right.
and English was okay.
Yeah, you could survive with that. That was fine.
And do you know what? I had no idea that auditors had the opportunity to do that much travel, but that insight must have been amazing. So you did that for a while. How long were you doing that for?
7 years at the end.
Wow,
7 years. So I
almost living out of
worked
a
like as an
suitcase.
auditor for 4 years, conduct like these audits, and then I was like, I got further developed, promoted, like being like a team manager within the internal audit team. Had like then like a team with 9 colleagues, with 9 auditors, to lead, and yeah, we are continuing conducting like audits in numerous areas. So as I always say, from an audit perspective side, I've seen little from end to end. Yes, the business is changing daily and fast paced and so on, but I have a really strong, solid understanding how the business is working, even like how the business units are working together. And this is quite often like what I see nowadays also in my whole career, sometimes quite difficult for others to understand. Yes, you work in logistics, but what is actually happening in buying? What is happening then before and after your department? You just maybe get like the product, but who was responsible to ship this product into like your warehouse, and from the warehouse then further out to the stores, and get a full understanding about this end-to-end process. This is like something which I'm so proud of, that I had these opportunities to see this like from a process internal audit perspective for so many years, and gain a really vast experience on that.
Absolutely. So what brought you to the UK? What brought you to Glasgow?
At that time, I was in Glasgow. What brought me to the UK was then like a development opportunity. So I got, as I say, my heart was always like beating audit. Like I couldn't believe to do anything else in my career. That was me. I'm like the internal auditor, Tobias. I wanted to progress my career within audit. But then I got like a friendly nudge from my board director at the time, and says, Tobias, yes, there's audit, but Little also has other areas which might be quite beneficial for you to understand as well from an operational side. And that's why I went on a development program. This was then beginning of 2018, and was then like an area manager in sales. So for 1.5 years, I was responsible for 5 stores in Cardiff and Swansea area. And again, all around KPIs about processes, but also like really understanding like the operational challenges and operational difficulties. Because from an audit perspective, you go there in a way like, as an auditor, you don't show really like emotions. You go there, have like your process mapped out, and you just like following like your step by step what the business expectations are of this process. And you're checking, you're identifying like risks or missing controls in this process and highlighting this like to the business. But you're not really like in a way understanding like the operational difficulties. Yes, you might see like any issues in stores or like in the business units you're auditing, but you don't understand this. And now being on the other, let's say, I don't like this word, but being on the other side, being like operationally driven and responsible for like your own business area was eye-opening and like an experience which again I don't want to miss, and I only can recommend this to everyone. It's sometimes you also have to go out like of your comfort zone, doing something what you've done so for many years, and now you're going like into an area where you don't have any understanding. I only knew it from an audit. I knew the process in and out, but I've never led such like a big team of more than 100 people, like other colleagues in the case across like numerous stores, and driving like turnover KPIs. And again, this was the first experience where I also made like close contacts to our customers, because
and in the retail space, so actually face to face. So you're actually face to face with customers, as opposed to in the contact center where you're using other channels.
Yes, well, as an area manager, you're on the shop floor, you're doing like your compliance checks, you're doing your development with the store manager, with the store colleagues. And of course, you're not there to hide away from conversation with your customers, and the customers are telling you the truth. And that's it. And it's nice also to speak to the customers. Sometimes maybe it's definitely eye-opening, because customers, in a way, they're honest. It is the case. They're brutally honest. They tell you what is right or what is wrong. And if you take this feedback on board, you can actually make like a really big difference. And you see this big difference, and also like in your KPIs. If you listen to your customer, if you listen to the customer's voice, you can make like amazing differences.
So how did you? I mean, it's fascinating that was where you cut your teeth, if you like, with customers directly, consumers directly. How did you then move into being a head of audit and customer care for Little GB? How did that happen? Did someone nudge you again, or did you see that job and go, "That's mine"? How did that come about?
Well, again, it was like another nudge, again, and I accepted it again. Let's say. I want to go, of course, like after these 1.5 years on this development, I want to go back to Little International to follow my career there. But then I got also like asked, we need someone who looks after audit and customer care within Little GB. And it was a great opportunity for me to step up on the next level. My heart was still really beating like internal audit, so I wanted to continue internal audit. But in our country, in our country structure, like in the countries and Little, you're also then responsible for audit, internal audit, and also for the customer care side. And this where things then came together. And then 2019 October, I started also like on getting more understanding about the customer care side, and also starting taking my first customer calls, which it was an interesting experience.
Go on, what was it like taking those first calls? Doing the frontline role for a little while, trying it.
Also understanding the same thing what I experienced like working like in a store, and really hard work what every retail colleague is doing. It's like it doesn't matter if it's Little or any other ones. It's really fast-paced, hard work there, and my full compliment on all the colleagues we have out there to do everything and day in day out for our customers. But then being being on a contact center, and a contact center, of course, we all know that. That's why we're here. We're here to sort things out for our customers. So yes, of course, we have customers. They call us and praise us, and it's celebrating Little. But customers contacting us because something is not right. Something we have to change. We missed something in Little, and we have to win that customer back, and gain like this loyalty, or put this loyal head in a way back to the customer. And then you are there as the frontline advisor taking these customer calls. Yes, I know that I have the right people in my team. They can deal with this in and out. That's it. I'd like to be more like in the background. I'd like to be more in the background and try to give like direction, work on strategies and concepts, instead of like taking customer calls. For that, we have like amazing people in our team.
Yeah, it's a tough job, regardless of brand and everything else. It's a tough job being on the front line. But I'm really pleased that you've had a go at it. You've had a chance to experience it, I guess, so that you know what you're dealing with. So tell us about what a typical week is as head of audit and customer care at Little. What does that mean you do day in, day out?
Well, nowadays, and this is the good thing, and all these awards is also like it's also a testament to this. That over the last 4 years we did a lot. We changed a lot in internal audit, and also like in customer care. to get it right for the business. So from an internal audit perspective, my role is like to work together and close with my team, with auditors, with my team managers, to add value to the business in terms of like any ad hoc projects, like any like driven audits from our international like headquarters, just like to give like this assurance and like these insights, about like compliance, governance, and risk controls. And that's then what I drive here. And on the other side, we have customer care side where we're dealing with customers. We are working on like new processes. The business never sleeps. Like I think the whole retail sector never sleeps. Every day things are coming out, new innovations, and you need to be on top of that. And as a head of audit and customer care, it's then my role like to take like all these changes and try to say, okay, how can we implement further change within our responsive like business area, and really like protect in a way then also like my business units to gain more insights on to add value to the business.
And you know what, I find it fascinating because I'll be honest, I've struggled to get my head around the whole audit and customer care piece. But what is really smacking me in the face right now is that what you get as being with your audit experience is you not only do you understand the importance of the insights and data that you're looking at, but you also can see how you can make a difference, how you can make change for the benefit for customer, colleague, operation, business. So it completely makes sense that your skills enable you to make a difference in customer care. So what do you enjoy most about working in customer care, in the contact center side of things?
Well, first of all, that's the thing, it's the team, the people. You need the right people to run like a successful customer care department, because your colleagues, as I always say, look after your colleagues, they look after your customers. It's easy say, absolutely, and you can see this on LinkedIn on every second post about any contact center like motivations, but it's hard work. It's like, we have now a team with more than 7 years length of service on average per colleague, which I think is pretty decent, pretty good when it comes like to the contact center environment. And this is like a lot of like effort what we put in place over the last years to gain like a really strong team, a team also like what wants to thrive and wants to never stop. And that's why winning like the last year the 2 awards, and especially like the European one, gives like this this massive recognition for the team that where we are now is like a huge effort and huge thank you, also congratulations to my team what we achieved here all together.
Yeah, and do you know what? It comes out time and time again around the people that work in our industry. I think not only being tough and resilient because of some of the challenges that you face, but the teamwork, the support, the friendliness. It's just amazing. I think what we've the talent and the personalities that we've got in our industry. It's fantastic. Thank you so much, Tobias. And I have 1 or 3 final questions. I always like to do some rapid fire questions. They're never very, very rapid, but they are supposed to be shorter. So are you ready?
Absolutely.
What do you usually have for lunch?
Well, my wife is a really good chef, so I always have like nice homemade food, either like a salad or something nice, freshly cooked.
Nice. Does that mean that do you bring in a little box of salad into the office if you're in the office?
Yes.
I love that.
But
I love that.
my colleagues are quite challenged quite often, I would say, because they, oh, that's nice. Or can I have it as well? It's okay.
I love that. So I have to ask you this. What's your favorite Lidl product? Because Lidl do all sorts of things, and I'm a little partial to a Lidl wine. But what's your favorite Lidl product?
Well, Lidl products, is that there are so many nice products, but definitely don't miss out on the Lidl protein chiller section. They have really nice protein puddings. So and if you eat 1 or 2, it's different than just like having all the sweets every day. So they are quite nice and a really good range. And if you also like download the Lidl Plus app, they're quite really good offers. So putting like the loyalty into the business. So if you haven't done it, then you miss something out.
I could have a whole separate conversation to find out a little bit more about the products at Lidl and how all that works. I'm sure we could spend another half an hour or so talking about that. Anyway, my final question is, what do you do in your free time? What do you do when you're not working with little?
Well, I need time also like to reflect and yeah, winning all these awards is tough time anyway, and get everything right. But yeah, what I'd like to do and go quite often hiking, enjoy like the countryside, which is also quite beautiful in this country here. As yeah, in Germany you got like told in GB every time it's just rain. Yes, there is a lot of rain, but it's also like a lot of nice days. And when you go out there, like for a nice hike, yeah, near the coastline or like in Peak District, Lake District, they're really nice, beautiful areas. And this is like where, like, yeah, I get my energy back, and also like have then a lot of like time also to think about, like, reflect what has been done so far, and also coming up with new ideas. So my colleagues always laugh when I'm coming back from any hike on a Monday morning. I just send them a message. I have a new idea or great ideas, and it's always like then the funny joke on a Monday morning. But yeah, a lot of those like ideas during my hikes, actually we put like strong things in place afterwards.
Oh, and do you know what? The fact that you've spent some time in Cardiff in South Wales, and the places you can go hiking there are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And in Glasgow quite a lot, and the terrain, the opportunities to go and have amazing hikes with amazing views in Scotland are also incredible. So, Tobias, thank you so much for giving me your time today. I'm potentially no creative ideas that I don't think I've given you any time to think about any creative ideas in the last half an hour, but I really appreciate you giving us your time today. I know you're incredibly busy. Huge congratulations on all of your wins in 2023. I can't wait to see where you and the team go. I love that. I can't wait to see where you and the team take it in 2024. And thanks again. And hey, if anybody watching wants to watch this again, or alternatively, you want to check out some of the other people that I've interviewed over the course of the last couple of years, then please do go to ccma.org.uk and you'll find Career Talk there. For now, thanks very much, and we'll see you soon.
Bye bye.